Mario de Camillis. As you know, today we are going to work in ornaments. In this case, for the leader. Okay. So we are going to divide the work in level. So we are going to start with one more easy, a second one a bit more intermediate, and then the third one and the fourth one is going to be a bit more advanced. Okay. So what I want you to think is in the movement of the ankle, right? And what we are going to do is, when we are walking, we are going to tap there one time. After, you can do it 2 times if you want, or as fast as you can go. But the first time is that one tap. You see? And then, yeah. So in your normal walk, you have this chance. See? So this is something that I think is not that complicated, and I like it a lot. There are some details that we need to take care of, like, for example, first we're going to talk about the leg, right? So I'm not kicking the floor, right? So what we're doing is using the ankle to tap just a bit with the big toe, soft, yeah, soft. So we need to identify the moment when the feet is free. Ta-da. Weight, free. You see a bit of weight there, then it's free. So as soon as it's free, you have the chance to tap. Okay? So so you need to work here with both ankles to push and receive the weight, and then to feel that moment. Yes, and then we activate this, not the knee too much. So it's more that. Yeah. Then something that we need to also have control is that in the beginning it's okay, but later you can stop and then tap. You see, you can stop and then tap, and then after you have to just keep going, okay? And this is like the second part of the movement. Yeah, like we need to focus. Like, not because I do the tap, I'm cutting the cadence. You see? That kind of kills the flow. So you need to keep going. See? Ornaments is something that you're going to add to your dance once you feel comfortable with the walk, which is, as we know, is something that it takes quite a time. But you need to feel comfortable for your balance with this. See, with that normal posture in the way of your upper body forward a little bit and your hip. Then you add that. It's another layer into your walk. Okay? So when you go forward, see, there is a classical place where I like to do it is when we close. Before I go backward, I also tap, and then I go back. You see? So let's say we do the tango basic steps. La la la, cross. And then we decide, or we didn't do the basic step, but before I go backward, tap, then go. You see? So, tap, and then go. Yeah? Bien. Now we're going to talk about this other ornament that I like to do. Normally we talk about the big lapis, right? Which we used to do it in the term. But what I want to do now is just this. Yes, and in this case we really work on the knee. You see? Just a small circle there. Yeah? So I go to the side, I switch. A small circle, and then I go. Yeah, it's very good for example, for a cross base. So you switch, small circle. Yeah, it works really good when you want to do a pause also. Yeah. So remember that your knee have to be relaxed, so then you're able to do all this play there. If you want, you can, as an exercise, you can do it in front, or you can do it in the diagonal. You see, like there, you can. That will be like homework. Bien, the contact with the floor is always good because when we do ornament, the free leg helps the standing leg. So the big toe is going to make pressure on the floor, you see, then you combine all the muscles. So then this focus on the center, spine, and then we can offer a good support for the follower, right? Not because we are moving the leg, this is happening on the upper body. So it's a very soft ornament, yeah? See? Bien. Now we're going to work in another one. And then this is going to be a bit more advanced. Let's say we have the basic steps, no? Then we go outside with the right leg. No? Basic, we always learn this more or less in the first or second lesson. So before you do this, what you're going to do is cross, switch, cross, and then you go outside. You see? So you will work as an ornament because at the end we go out with the right leg. So we are not really changing the structure, but actually we are. So it's kind of something in between. See, no? So it's a very rhythmical ornament, right? So we're going to see the legs in detail, but just for you to have an idea. So here it's not backwards. So I showed in this with this perspective. So here it's not backwards. I need to cross a bit. You see? Without changing the upper body because I have the follower in a pause. Perhaps the follower can do another ornament. That's open for the follower roll. But then I do this, small switch, and then switch again. Which means I am on my left. I switch to the right, and then I switch to the left again. You see? So if you do it backwards, you will need this. You have to send the right leg to the diagonal, like hiding behind the left. Yeah? And the movement have to be very short. Because if you go there, then you will have all this. It's not good. So we should modify our upper body. So I'm here. You see? So I'm not going backwards. That's why it's a little more advanced. So there is more footwork in this one. Yeah? And then first you do it slow, and then you walk. And after you practice, then you're going to be able to do it fast. And if you see that, I add the first ornament that I show, which is before I walk, tap. You see, in this case, I emphasize more with the knee. Now in the beginning I showed like for the normal walk, but in this case, because this is more rhythmical, I use the knee, you see? So remember that recommendations are always in relation with the step you're doing. So in this case, I add the other ornament, so then I change the first one. Yeah? It's really necessary, it's just a possibility. You can also do it just with the ankle. Yeah? You have to see, you have to try and see what you like most. Also, you will be related with the song. Bien. The last one of my favorite. When we go to the 5, first we're going to go in cross system. I'm going to lead the cross, but my step is going to be shorter. So then I'm going to switch forward. You see? So it's like the previous one, but in the previous one I switched it backwards. I switched forward both times. It's like the left came forward, but the right go backward. In this case, the right is going to be there and the left is going to gain. You see? So later you will understand way better. You will see. Boom. Here. Yes. What happened? There is a whole movement in the hips and with the toe and with the knee. These are a bit more advanced. Also, we need to be very careful with the follower. Do not occupy the space of them. Okay? So, cross system. short, and then I need to use my own space, right? We can do it when we lead the cross, or we can do it when we have space without the need of leading the cross, right? So, yes, so then we have the down. Yeah. Go to the side, up, backward. You see? Boom. I go to the side, parallel, but I do boom. Okay? You can do it slow also. Alright? Go to the side, ping, ping. Also, it's very, very nice. When you use the half time, it will be more, I think, more effective. Okay? So, for the syncopa. Tac, tac. Right? It will be more a rhythmical lesson, but let's just focus on the kinetic part, okay? And the last one, cross system. When I walk, I bring the left over the right, switch and go. If you don't want to really go like this, because then you will switch forward, what we need to do is to pass over and go there. See? And then, so I am not going forward by doing that. So it's like, see? But if you do this, when you switch, you move a bit forward, and that's not what we want. Okay? Yes, so when I bring the leg, I also do a few littles. I could use that to create space, and also you will engage a movement on the hip. Yeah. Oh. And later on you can emphasize to go more fast. There. And what happened after? The tap. Yeah. You're going to go, tap, and then walk. Okay? It's a really pity that I don't have a follower here. It would really be good if I could have a follower to show you this. But it seems I am not that lucky man. But wait a second, I feel something. Wait a second. Boom! Oh my god! That's the power, I don't know what it is. So, a few details in couple. So when I send her backward, I need to keep sending her backward. So I should not cut what happened on my upper body because I want to make the tap with the free leg, you see? So I have to keep sending her, I have to keep going forward. Yes? So that's something very, very important to keep the fluidity. Okay? That's why in the beginning we train alone. Yes? 4. The step to the side. So we go to the side. Now then we have this tap. This happens first. Then you go backward. So leg and lead. You see? So you go here, tap, nothing to her, and then we lead. Yes? Otherwise, you will not have space. Sorry, I lost my connection. There you go, my concentration. For the ornament, before going backward, first this, and then the rest. Right? So, because I can't send her, and then try to do this, because it's like really, really bad organization of elements. Okay? Here we are, tap, and then the rest. Yes? Yeah. Here, close embrace. I cross, and this needs to be a little faster, so it will not affect her, right? And as I showed when I was doing it by myself, see, there, I will do it again. Be careful if you go to the side and you do this, take a diagonal, this is going to be very uncomfortable. So go parallel with her, so then I have space to do that. Then, you see? And then you go with the right leg outside. And I don't disturb her at all. And then she feels that something happened, but she doesn't know exactly what it is. And that's the whole thing of the footwork. Yeah? It's the same idea for the other ornament. In this case, I have to send her a little bit. See, now I have a lot of space to do this. And then we keep going, right? Now we did a pause, so we end up a bit like that. But when you use the dynamic, that will make it work. Sorry, one more time. You see? So our upper body doesn't change. See? Yes? Oh, thank you. You want to add something? Do you feel something when I was doing my ornaments?
No, it's nice. It's very important that you keep my weight in the same leg.
Yeah.
In the moment that you are changing your legs, and be clear that I don't have to transfer my weight. So for me, it's a normal step.
Yeah.
And you did very good.
So that's the thing about ornament, right? It's for leader and followers. The same concept behind. So whatever you do, we don't affect, or we try, right? That's the thing. We try to not affect the axis of the follower, the weight. So then for the moment that we want to switch the weight, then it's a clear lead. So then I give a reference that's very clear for the follower. Yeah? So my arms works a lot. Even if I go a bit backward, you see my arms?
Mm-hmm.
It's not how we should do it, but just to show how important are the arms to keep the follower in the place, no? Because that's what we want to suggest. So, yeah, as more you go out far from the follower with your upper body, more complicated it's going to be, because we always insist that the follower have the tendency to follow this, right? So if it's a small movement, it's going to be way easier. Yeah. Thank you so much, Celeste.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
Gracias.
everybody.